Planet Vero Studios, brought to you by Evergreen Media, creating cohesive marketing campaigns. Evergreen Media in Vero Beach.
From Studio A in sunny Florida, welcome to Beauty and the Beach Radio, where it's all about who's beautifying Vero Beach. Today's show is brought to you by Dale Sorensen Real Estate. And here's your host and glamour girl, makeup artist, Cindy Getz.
Happy birthday! Oh my gosh, you guys, we have 2 birthdays we're celebrating today. That's right. Happy birthday to Michelle in America. Happy birthday to Michelle in America. Happy birthday, dear Michelle in America. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you very much.
Oh my goodness, what a fun day we are going to have. You guys, we are celebrating 4th of July, America's birthday, which we are celebrating 247th birthday this year. And of course, Michelle, you're not that old.
I hope not.
Do you want to share your age? I never share mine.
I will share mine. I am 74.
74. Oh my
Yep.
gosh. Congratulations. You look 24. That is amazing.
I love you, Cindy.
I love you too. Oh my goodness. Well, it's such a special day, 4th of July. Your birthday, of course, is today. We do record a little bit early. It is June 14. It's Michelle's birthday. It's our other guest's birthday earlier in the month, which I'm going to introduce to you in just a second. So much to celebrate. But I'm going to tell you how this show actually happened, and it is because of our birthday girl. But you guys, Independence Day, what a special day for America. Of course, we're talking about July 4th, 1776. Independence Day is always celebrated on 4th of July each year. In 2023, America will celebrate its 247th birthday as independence was achieved from Great Britain following the Revolutionary War. The Founding Fathers signed this declaration on July 4th, 1776. Guys, the keepers of our independence. U.S. has 6 branches of service to protect us. We have Army, Navy, Air Force, Coast Guard. We have the Marine Corps, and we have the Space Force. So, you guys, we want to thank all the branches of service for helping us celebrate another birthday as a free nation. And we are actually going to spotlight one of the services, and that is, of course, the Army. We have 3 guests here today that are all representing the Army. We love you all. We're not playing favoritism today. We love you all, but these 3 people happen to live in Vero Beach, Florida, and I'm so honored that they're here. Our first guest is our birthday girl. She is the founder and president of America Gold Star Mothers of Indian River County and president of American Gold Star Mothers of Florida and Puerto Rico. I think she retired from one of those positions.
Department of Florida, Puerto Rico.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
Her son, Corporal U.S. Army Dale Cridlow, he served obviously in the Army and died of wounds serving our country in Afghanistan in 2010. Michelle, we so appreciate your son, Dale.
Thank you.
Absolutely. We are also bringing back, he is no stranger to Beauty and the Beach Radio. He's been on a number of times. Former mayor, he says he was the COVID mayor of Vero Beach. He is a native of Florida. He is a colonel in the U.S. Army. Please welcome back Tony Young.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate
You're
it.
welcome. And then, of course, we have our special guest today that we are honoring. And wow, he is 99 years young. Can you imagine? That means he has celebrated, even when he was a baby, but let's just say he has celebrated America almost 100 out of the 247 years. That's pretty impressive. So he's 99 years young, born on June 1. So this month, sharing the month with Michelle, June 1, 1924, in Rhode Island, you guys, as an Army private first class and a World War II 8th Armored Division medic. So he is here with us for the first time. Please welcome Bill Keegan. Hi, Bill.
Hi,
Welcome to the show.
thank you.
Oh my goodness, you look so great. You've got your World War II veteran hat on. You've got flags around you. It is Flag Day too. We're recording on June 14th, so it's also Flag Day. So very special day.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So, Bill, I'm going to actually share with the audience how you got on this show. So I'm going to turn to Michelle now. Michelle, you were on the show recently because we were honoring Memorial Day, and I said, I really want to do something special for 4th of July to celebrate America's birthday. And you were telling me about this special guy here, Bill. And I said, oh my gosh, I would love to have him on the show to help celebrate America and its birthday. Can you share with us how you met Bill?
Yes, I met him because I did an interview with Carol Jean Jordan at St. John of the Cross Church. Bill went to support a World War II veteran who was being interviewed also. And then that was like November 9th, probably almost 2 years ago. On the 11th, on Veterans Day, I was leaving the island after the service, and this car pulled up alongside of me, and Bill said to me, "Excuse me, can I ask you a question? I have all my World War II memorabilia, and my whole family is gone except my daughter-in-law, and she doesn't want it. Is there anybody you know who could help me?" And I said, Tony Young. And so Tony and I talked, and we decided that we were going to work with Bill and interview him, and that's how we got to know Bill. And what a great day that was. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. We're going to talk to Bill, but I understand there's works into the two of you because you're both June babies.
Yes.
Celebrating your birthdays next year.
Yes. Next year I'll be 75. He'll be 100. We're going to have one hoot.
I hope I'm invited.
Yes,
I would
you
love
are.
to be a part of that. I would love to be a part of that celebration.
Last year he had a 98th birthday surprise party, which I got together, and he actually went for a ride on a motorcycle too.
Oh my. Wow. Oh my goodness. First of all, if I could show a picture of Bill, we have him. These are all compliments of Michelle and Tony. I think especially Tony, a lot of the memorabilia, but we have a picture of him. And I believe that is when he first is going off. Is this correct, Tony? When he's...
This is his Eisenhower jacket, and you can recognize it. He looks very, very avant-garde. I think
He sure
that's
does.
GQ.
Yes.
U.S. Army.
Yes.
I mean, those jackets actually have come back, and that's the new uniform for the Army of today.
Tony, can you describe it a little better for those listening to the radio and are not seeing it on the video? So it's the long jacket. It's got the belt. He's got the hat. Tell us.
It's the formal uniform for the Army, and you would have your green jacket there, and with, like you said, with the brass insignias that has the eagle on it for the symbol of the United States Army, and then on the sleeves would be the symbols of the units that he's assigned to, and he's got the it's called the frying pan cap hat on that's got the insignia on top. But what I love about this is it's got the tie, and he's got a smile, and I think he's the ripe age of 19 when you had that picture, I believe. I think so.
Yeah.
It's
Probably, I don't remember. It's 18 or 19.
yeah, that's right. 18, probably 18. There we go.
Thank you, Tony. So, Bill, before this uniform, okay, who were you before you went into the Army? I understand you were a baseball notable.
Well, I did play some baseball. I don't know about notable. And before I went in, I graduated high school in '42, and I got a job in a machine shop in Woonsocket, Rhode Island. And of course, my friends that were a little older than me, they were all going into the service. So I decided I'm going in too. So I quit my job, and I went down to Providence, Rhode Island, I joined the Navy. But at that time, of course, all us young fellas, we had a draft card. So I'm in a way, but I need a release from my draft board. So I went there, and they says, no way, you're in the next draft. So that ended my Navy career before it started.
Oh, that's a fun fact I did not know. Okay,
Yeah.
so we started out with the Navy.
Yeah. So that's how I ended up in the Army.
Okay.
And I went to this, what was Camp Polk at the time in Louisiana, because that's where they send the armored divisions. Because the way I look at it is you got a lot of tanks and tracked vehicles, and they tear up a normal road. And so down there, most of the roads where you are, they're dirt anyway, and they don't care if you tear them up or not, I think.
Well, and
But-
Tony also said you got mosquito training too there in
Oh.
Louisiana.
Because I always called, I shouldn't even mention that, I always called that camp down there the hellhole of the earth. The first thing I remember about it was standing out there in the rain one night, getting soaked and water running through my pup tent, no doubt. And I says to myself, what the hell did you do to deserve this?
Oh, I
Well,
would be
that's how
saying.
that all started.
Oh goodness, I would be saying the same thing too, Bill. I understand you had a nickname Shamrock. Why?
I had what?
The nickname Shamrock, is that true?
Not that I can remember.
Oh, Tony made that up then.
No, that's in his yearbook. Whoa.
Oh, yeah? Oh, well, that's a long time ago.
I don't think he's releasing the information. Oh, he's just lucky. Okay. So we're going to dive right in. Your 8th Armor Division was among the Allied units to defeat the final German offense in France, Bill. What can you tell me about that?
About my Army career?
But yes, about being there in France.
I can't say I remember a lot in detail. And in fact, actually, like most World War II veterans, when we got out, we never said anything. My family never heard anything about my exploits over in Europe.
Sure.
And so actually, it went out of my mind, you might as well say. I never even thought about it. And the first time I had a recollection, I think I had a flashback one night. And that was about, I was so concerned about, I was blaming myself for something that happened. I drove into a shell hole one night, my ambulance, and I had 3 litter patients in the back. And of course, I couldn't get out of the shell hole. And so I was laying in bed one night, and I thought, oh my gosh, I was deathly afraid, actually, me and my buddy that was in the ambulance with me, Jim Klein. And so we had to go for help, but I was thinking, imagine how those guys felt. I got 3 guys laying in the ambulance, tipped sideways almost, and on top of that, they're relying on me to get back to get help, to see the doctor. And now I run into a shell hole. On top of that, I leave them to go get help.
Wow.
So I was thinking, those poor guys. So that shook me up, I think.
Wow. You know, one thing, thank you, Bill. One thing, Tony, that you had put in your notes that his division provided care and liberated the Langenstein prison camp where Nazis used prisoners for slave labor. And that had to have been very difficult.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, having served in Germany and having been there and running into Bill and having him in a unit like I was with the armor, and then to know that he came upon it's basically as a prison, and the men that were there when he drove his ambulance to there were those that were abandoned to die. They took everybody and those that could walk, they marched them out of there. So, Bill served in a very important role providing the support, taking the prisoners from that stockade to receive treatment by American doctors and and nurses. And to drive up to a scene like that, it's inconceivable for many people.
100%. So I understand that, Bill, you have the Bronze Star and the Medic Badge. What can you tell me about that? And Tony, what can you add to that?
Well, I do have what I call a Combat Medic Badge.
Mm-hmm.
And I suppose because I was in combat and I was a medic.
There you go.
And as far as the Bronze Star, I don't know how that came about. Because the way I look at my career, or when I was a medic, it was really a job to me. That's the way I looked at it. And I only did what I had to do, you might say.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and also, in that position, you're a loner. Your unit sends you with another outfit, you know, whether it's a tank battalion or infantry or any other one. And so you're not with your unit, and the unit you're with, they don't know you from Adam. And so you're kind of a loner. So how anybody knows anything about what I did to deserve a Bronze Star, I have no idea.
You know, that's what I love about these guys, because Omar Bradley, who is one of the top generals in the Army in World War II, recognized that the men that sacrificed the most difficult conditions were the infantrymen, and they began an infantry badge. And then the infantrymen said, if you're going to give us a badge for our heroism, we want the medics that went out to pick us up to have those as well.
I love that.
So Bill is the first generation of soldiers as medics to receive that badge. And it had a whopping, I think you got an extra $10 a month.
Hey!
Yeah, that's right. I think it was you got a 20 or 25% raise, which of course on $50 is $10.
I mean, so you know, Bill just he exemplifies the soldiers who, you know, when things are completely coming apart, you're scared to death. You're driving your ambulance, like, you know, in the middle of the night, the conditions are horrible. You could be shot. You don't know what's going to happen, and you're going to render aid, and it's just your job, and that's how he feels about it. But were it not for the medical men that went out to save so many of these guys, they never would have come home, and that's Bill's.
Yeah,
he contributed that. I mean, so the Bronze Star, which came later, but because Omar Bradley felt, and that, you know, the big guys in the Army said, these men deserve this extra attention. And, you know, that's the only reason they got it, because they deserved it.
And I really feel honored to have that Combat Medic Badge. It's an honor.
Yeah.
It is.
We're going to go to a break in a minute, Bill, but is there anything you want to share with America, because this is worldwide? Is there anything you want to share with America about your experience as a World War II veteran?
I can't think of anything other than what I've already said.
Okay. Well,
And of course, a lot of things when you're thinking back 80 years or whatever it was that you don't remember. And one thing I always thought was a blessing, that you're 18, 19 years old, and you feel kind of like nothing can happen to you, you know. And I often thought if you was 35 or 40 years old, it would have been a lot worse to be in that position. Because I know there's times when, like Tony says, you don't know if your next step is going to be your last. So when you're 19 or 20, you think, that won't happen to me.
wow. Well, 19, you do feel invincible. I totally get what you're saying, Bill. And it sounds like Fort Polk, Louisiana really prepared you.
You might say that.
So we do need to go to a station break. We are celebrating the 4th of July with Michelle, Tony, and Bill. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
We're off.
Sturgis Lumber and Hardware has what you need for hurricane season. Lumber and plywood, straps, ties, and bolts, plus the service to find what you need. Be ready now. Sturgis Lumber and Hardware, US 1 Vero Beach. Be hurricane ready with Sturgis Lumber and Hardware. SturgisLumber.com.
Are you opening a used car lot, pawn shop, a restaurant that will serve beer and wine? In the state of Florida, these and many other industries require a Level 2 live scan background check for clearance to work in your industry. A1A Fingerprints is your certified live scan source from Broward to Brevard. And if you're a medical provider, you need to be registered on the ACA web portal. A1A Fingerprints will help you navigate and comply with the law. Call 772-494-6556 or visit A1AFingerprints.com. A1A Fingerprints.
We saw an ad for this radio station for sale with a broken volume control. We couldn't turn it down. It's Planet Vero Radio, real local talk radio from 2 to midnight. Weekends on Real Radio 1017.
Advertising is essential. You've got to make people aware that you're there. We can do that with a cohesive marketing campaign from Evergreen Media. Based on your business goals, we'll create a mix of digital advertising on social media sites like Facebook, video advertising on streaming sites like Hulu and Paramount Plus, and supplement them with local TV and radio ads. Build awareness, educate, and inform the public with a cohesive marketing campaign by Evergreen Media. Check out egreenmedia.com or search online for Evergreen Media in Vero Beach.
This is Ralph Oco, your host of our Veterans Voice Radio. Please listen to my show. It's about Americans, about our veterans, about history. It is not a talk show. It is an entertainment show. It's an educational show. Tune into our Veterans Voice Radio and the Bookworms Saturday nights at 10 p.m. and Sunday evenings at 6 p.m. on your weekend home for Planet Vero Radio, Real Radio 1017.
Hey guys, we're back on Beauty and the Beach Radio. I'm Cindy Getz, your host. You guys, we want to thank Dale Sorensen Real Estate for making sure that we're always on air. They are our exclusive sponsor. Whether you're buying or selling a home, you want to find them at 772-231-4712. And also you can find them at SorensenRealEstate.com. Thank you, Dale Sorensen Real Estate. We also want to thank Varietals and More. I told them we were celebrating Bill today, our World War II vet, and we're also celebrating America's birthday and Michelle's birthday. And he picked a red wine, and it's called Born of Fire. And how appropriate, because just before we went to halftime, Bill said, you know, when he went in at 19, that he felt invincible. I'm filling his mouth with words, but so you feel like you're born of fire. You can do anything. And Bill, you can't see it because I'm across the room from you, but there's an eagle on the label. So this is a tribute to you and to all the guys that serve and ladies, and to, of course, America. We love America. So thank you, Varietals and More, for sharing that wine with us today. We are celebrating 4th of July. We are wrapping it up here. We're talking to Michelle and Tony and Bill. Michelle, Tony, you're listening to Bill, and he's just so matter of fact about serving, and I love that so much. What do you want to say when we wrap this up here for about a minute? What do you want to say?
I want to say thank you to Bill and for all of the strong, brave men and women who serve all the time. God bless you, because we are who we are because you did what you did.
Absolutely.
Without a doubt. I think many people realize we're making a monument in honor of the World War II generation out on Memorial Island. And one of the special aspects of doing that is getting to meet the men like Bill and the veterans of World War II. And it blows away anybody that comes into contact with these men, because it doesn't matter if you're from Vietnam or if you're from Desert Storm or Afghanistan. Just the fact that these men left home, left everything, and went and did their job and came home.
Sure.
It means a lot, and they're a humble, wonderful group.
Absolutely. We're going to wrap it up. Bill Keegan, thank you so much for your service in the Army. We love you. We appreciate you. World War II veteran. Michelle Dale, we appreciate your son, Dale Cridlow. Tony, thank you for your service. And all of you out there, I hope you really celebrate our 247th birthday strong. We are a great nation. Love you guys.